Hello super friends and welcome to DC TV Talk. This is the show where we talk all things Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And in today's video we're going to be discussing what is going on with Maisie Richardson Seller aka Amaya in Legends of Tomorrow Season 4. So let's discuss. So as you would know if you've seen Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, you'll know that in the finale of Legends we saw Amaya leave the team and go back to her timeline back in 1942, back to her village, back in her correct timeline, where, it was kind of a problem that she was kind of kept out of that timeline for such a long time. I've said time a lot in these past few sentences, and it's starting to not sound like a word anymore, but we'll move on. So the fact she was removed from that timeline was causing a few problems, so it was about time that she went back, really, and it basically fixed everything. But does that mean that Amaya is going to be gone from the show? Well, no. To play Sarah Lance did let it slip that Maisie Richardson Seller would be back in Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 playing a new character. Now, what this means or who this character is, we don't know, but there's also some other conflicting sort of opinions and other facts from other people that kind of conflict to what Katie was saying, as we don't quite know this particular character that Maisie Richardson Seller is going to be playing. All we know officially, and all we know that's been confirmed, is that Maisie Richardson Seller is going to be back in Season 4. More specifically, thanks to Entertainment Weekly, we did find out that Maisie Richardson Seller is in fact still on a series regular contract for Season 4. So yes, whoever this character is that Maisie Richardson Seller is playing, she will be a series regular next season, and that is done, that is, sealed and dealed. And that basically means that obviously if you know all the kind of TV language, you'll know that series regular, of course, means a character who's going to be around for pretty much every episode. So that still means that this character is going to be an integral part of this next season, no matter who it is. Also, speaking of Entertainment Weekly, they managed to sit down and speak to Mark Guggenheim, who was of course an executive producer on Legends of Tomorrow and also was the previous showrunner of Arrow. He put, yes, Maisie will absolutely be back. We just felt like we owed it to the character to complete this arc, complete this story, and complete the loop that we got her in. Once we took her off her path in 1942, it was an incumbent return for us to return her to that path. There was something that hung over us as writers and hung over the character. I'm looking forward to the different storyline for Amaya next year. We will reveal our plan for Maisie's character at Comic-Con this year. Now, what's important to look at there, and what I was saying earlier about conflicting opinions to what Katie said, Mark Guggenheim says, I'm looking forward to a different storyline for Amaya next year. He says Amaya. He specifically says the character's name of Amaya. So while Katie Lotz was saying that she'll be playing a brand new character, this hints or suggests that it will be Amaya again. This will be, Amaya Jiwei. So it's quite difficult to determine who this character is going to be. So this is what I'm saying with these conflicting kind of opinions from different people. Katie Lotz saying brand new character, and then Mark Guggenheim, who you'd have to imagine Mark Guggenheim has a better idea than Katie Lotz does, just because he is the executive producer on the show, whereas Katie Lotz is obviously just the actress. Nothing against Katie Lotz, obviously, I'm just saying factually that should be what happens. You would have to imagine that Mark Guggenheim has a better idea of what's going on, so could it be Amaya? Could it be a brand new character? God knows. Interestingly enough, though, Mark Guggenheim did say at the very end there, as you heard, he will be revealing the plans for Maisie's character in Comic-Con, which is obviously next month, which will be the first that'll be when we get the first big chunk of news for all the shows, and we also get where we get the first trailers as well. But then, again, this is kind of conflicting to the previous sentence, because he says we will reveal our plan for Maisie's character. So he doesn't say Amaya there, he says Maisie's character. So again, it's really difficult. I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's really difficult to determine and pinpoint what this character is, because again, Katie Lotz said brand new character, Mark Guggenheim then dropped Maya, but then he just says again in the sentence immediately after Maisie's character. So it's really hard to determine. But one thing's for sure, Maisie Richardson Seller is going to be back in Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 in a series regular position, which I think we'll all enjoy, because Vixen was such a great addition in Season 2. We all loved her. She was amazing in Season 3. She had a great connection to the overall story in Season 3. And I love Maisie Richardson Seller. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's a truly tremendous actress, and I love her on the show. I think she's one of the stronger actresses on the show alongside Katie Lotz. I think she's brilliant. And I'm really happy that she's back next year, because again, I feel like the Wave Rider will be missing something if she's gone. So let's break this down a little bit. Who will Amaya be playing? So we can start off by talking about she'll be returning as our Amaya. She'll be, the Amaya that we've had for the past couple of seasons. This seems unlikely, given the fact that obviously Amaya was taken out of her time period and then immediately put back 2 seasons later because of the potential disruption to the overall timeline, which obviously the Legends try to desperately avoid. So to kind of go through that storyline and to have her story arc come full circle by going back to 1942 only to take her out of it again seems incredibly wasteful and makes the season 3 finale feel less impactful, especially when that season 3 finale was as incredible as it was. I don't really know if they do that, and again, it doesn't make sense as to why they do that, unless they kind of find this loophole in the Time Bureau. Perhaps the Time Bureau helped them out here by saying, oh yeah, if you take Amaya out again, it's not really going to do anything. Then perhaps that'll be it, but then that feels like a really lazy excuse in the writing, so I don't think it'll be that. So I did think, you know, it could be a relative of Amaya who she's playing, but then again, if it was a relative, why would they get Maisie Richardson Seller to play her? Because again, it's not like it's going to be like a twin, you know. Family relatives, yeah, they look similar, but they don't look identical unless you are a twin, and as far as we're aware, Amaya does not have a twin. So again, I can't really see why it would be a relative if they were getting Maisie Richardson Seller to play it. If there was an actress coming onto the show who perhaps looked kind of similar to Maisie Richardson Seller, you know, perhaps same sort of age group or same sort of ethnicity, then perhaps I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is going to be Amaya's relative. But the fact it's Maisie Richardson Seller makes me think that it's not. So again, I think Amaya's relative is kind of out the window. And the other possibility, like Katie Lotz did suggest, this is an entirely new character. But again, this doesn't really make much sense, because if it's an entirely new character, then why does she look exactly the same as Amaya if you're getting Maisie Richardson Seller to play her? Again, there's all these different weird things that, you know, I guess it will all be cleared up at Comic-Con, and then we can all kind of look back on this and we can all look very silly. But I mean, why? I just don't understand all these different things, you know. It can't be an entirely new character, in my opinion, because again, why would you get Maisie Richardson Seller to play her? It doesn't make much sense. Unless this is like... Unless Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 is going to be dealing with the multiverse, and we're going to be getting different doppelgangers of Amaya, then I don't know, maybe that would be it. But again, Legends of Tomorrow Season 4 it doesn't seem to be dealing with the multiverse, it's going to be dealing with, you know, fairy tales and things like that. So unless they're keeping the multiverse thing completely under wraps, but again, I don't really see that, so it's really difficult. I don't think it's going to be a new character either. But what do you guys think about Amaya in Legends of Tomorrow Season 4? Do you think it's like an entirely new character? Do you think it's a relative? Do you think it is going to be Amaya coming back to the show? Personally, I don't have a pinpointed answer, unfortunately. Just because there's so, like, little disjointed pieces of information to go off of that it's really difficult to pinpoint where this character is going to be. But overall, I'm personally just very happy that Maisie Richardson Seller is returning to the show, because I think she's fantastic and I think she's one of the best parts of it. She really boosted the show when she came in Season 2, so I really am glad she is back. So no matter who she's playing, the fact that she is back and back in this series' regular position will definitely help this show in Season 4, because like I say, I think she's one of the strongest parts of it, one of the strongest elements the show ever introduced, and I'm just really excited to see that she's back, no matter who she's playing. But this also gets me very excited for Comic-Con, because I really want to see this get revealed finally. You know, they'll probably come out and say this on the panel about who she'll be playing, and that is extremely exciting news. So make sure you stick around to the channel for Comic-Con, because I'll be covering all of that. Also, if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, be sure to head down to the description. There will be a link to my podcast that is called Honor Thy Podcast. It is a DC TV Arrowverse podcast I do every single week with Mule Kick Media, where we discuss everything DC TV. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, click that link down below. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. It will help me out a lot, and share this video with anyone and everyone you know who loves DC TV and get them to join the community. And as always guys, please subscribe for all of your latest content on Supergirl, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow and Black Lightning. And with all that said guys, I hope to see you again in my next video.